I've never thought that I would be saying this late last year in November when the Indiana Fever hired Stephanie White. I never thought I'd be saying this right now, only 19 games into the 2025 season, that it's time for Stephanie White to go. The Indiana Fever needs to fire Stephanie White. This is not going to work. What we're seeing is not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Sophie Cunningham just detonated, and the shockwaves are tearing the Indiana Fever apart. This wasn't defense. This was a full-scale annihilation when she body-slammed head coach Stephanie White's credibility with receipts, sass, and a glare that screamed, "Try me." The league's group project facade shattered overnight.
Fucking dodging, you gotta look both ways before you cross the street. Everybody's taking shots at us, Caitlyn Clark fans, the Chicago Sky vloggers, the content creators, the Angel Reese content creators are firing at us non-stop. We got to keep our head on a swivel, y'all. We got to keep our head on a swivel. Stephanie White's a bum and needs to be fired. That's what's going on. Did y'all see the interviews today? Sophie Cunningham just exposed Stephanie White. Flat out exposed her.
Why would a star player torch her own coach? Because what's happening in Indiana isn't just bad basketball. It's a masterclass in suffocating generational talent. And Sophie's done playing nice. Stick around. The tea is scalding, and it's about to spill everywhere. Smash that like button now if you believe Caitlyn Clark deserved the ball. Every single play. Let's get to 500 likes and expose this madness together.
To watch a 19-point loss, Caitlyn Clark's return, in which, since this is a lady we're talking about, it looks like Stephanie White has spaded Caitlyn Clark, for lack of a better way of putting it. If it was a dude, I'd say neutered, but, you get my point. She has taken away Caitlyn Clark's greatest asset, which is the creator and instigator of offense.
Stephanie White's post-game confession haunts this entire disaster. She looked cameras dead in the eye and admitted the Fever only clicks when Caitlyn Clark runs the show. Everything revolved around her, White stated, clear as day. Yet hours later, against the Valkyries, she yanked Clark mid-flow, slowed the offense to a crawl, let the team unravel, then blamed them for losing focus. The hypocrisy? Glacial.
Stephanie White, in her post-game interview, confirms the team looks the best when the ball is in Caitlyn's hands, when she is the main decision maker, and everything revolves around her. Yet for some strange reason, in the Valkyries game yesterday, after witnessing that in real time, Stephanie White decides to change things up, slow the things down, take Caitlyn out the game, and she complains that the team suddenly loses focus.
Fans aren't blind. They pack arenas in Clark jerseys, chanting her name like a revival, not to watch backdoor cuts from benchwarmers. As one viral clip roared, you could put 5 traffic cones beside Caitlyn, and it'd still sell out. She IS the system, but White treats her like an intern fetching coffee. Enter Sophie Cunningham, basketball's uncensored truth cannon. No mute button. No diplomacy, just a live wire of frustration. Her demand? Brutally simple. Give the damn ball to Caitlyn. Whatever offense we're running, it's not working. Let her cook.
Sophie Cunningham went on the record to basically say what I've been saying and everyone else. Give the damn ball to Caitlyn. Whatever offense we running right now, it is not working. You have to give the ball to Caitlyn and let Caitlyn do what Caitlyn has to do. Now, we've seen this formation time and time again. Now, I know some people might want to say Caitlyn Clark was off the ball somewhat at Iowa. She was a little bit in years past.
And the stats scream louder than Sophie. 19 games in. Below .500, a projected super team drowning in confusion. Yet, White keeps forcing Clark off ball, like benching Picasso from his own mural. Sophie sees a sabotage. Stephanie took Caitlyn's greatest weapon, her creator instinct, and erased it. Translation? They drafted a Ferrari and are using it for grocery runs. Why is Sophie the only one raging? Because she terrifies the WNBA's good vibes only cult. Most athletes whisper platitudes. Sophie, she's skydiving without a parachute and smirking on the way down.
In the post-practice interviews, had this to say.
I think that everyone saw that. We kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking. But now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much to the game, and so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now. We know
we had some flow, but when Caitlyn's here, we need to play a different style because she's that great. That is what Sophie Cunningham just said.
Stephanie White's coaching isn't just flawed. It's philosophical sabotage. While rivals like Chicago's Tyler Swoops unleash Angel Reese as a hurricane, 28-point games, MVP chants, Indiana treats Caitlyn Clark like a museum piece, admired but locked behind glass. The dissonance is chilling. White praises Clark's genius and pressers, she's our engine, then benches her during critical runs.
Spurts. I don't care about the rest of what she has to say. It's going to sound good, I'm sure. It's going to be her refusing to take accountability, I'm sure. It's going to be her putting the onus on the players, I'm sure. Not owning up to her, I'm sure. But what she said right there, other than 2 5-minute spurts, the team lost focus, didn't pay attention to detail, so on and so forth. That is her not realizing that she's accountable for what transpired.
She calls read and react the ideal system, then runs 1980s era post-ups ending in brick layups. It's not incompetence. It's intentional diminishment. Why? 3 fatal reasons. Ego over optics. White, a former champion player, coaches like she's guarded her legacy. Clark's meteoric fame, jersey sales, ESPN covers, threatens her authority. So she humbles a rookie, off-ball screens, decoy actions, plays where Clark's job is to space the floor, not dominate it.
Years pass, but when Caitlyn Clark has become the Caitlyn Clark we loved and we've grown to see, Caitlyn Clark has the ball in her damn hands, bro. Caitlyn Clark has the ball in her hands, and she said verbatim herself that they run a read and react offense. You know what that is? The ball's in Caitlyn's hands. Now, there has been a large speculation that Caitlyn Clark pretty much wants to go to New York and play with Sandy Bernardello and the gang.
System slavery. White's offense demands robotic execution. Clark's magic? Improv. When a play breaks down, she creates goal from chaos. Step back 30-footers, no-look dimes. White kills at instinct, demanding structure. Translation, conform or sit. Fear of superstars. Remember Diana Taurasi's early years? Coaches let her fail spectacularly until she revolutionized the game. White avoids risk. She'd rather lose correctly than let Clark hijack the system, even if correct means 19 losses.
So today, lads, obviously there's going to be a lot of videos about Stephanie White because we need to be honest here. Stephanie White's not going to change. Stephanie White is not going to change. Stephanie White is not going to stop until her style of drag everyone down to their level basketball prevails. She's not going to change. And I do not think that we're going to see very much of Stephanie White or very much of the Fever playing good basketball under Stephanie White.
Clark's genius, buried alive. Iowa versus Indiana. At Iowa, Clark ran read and react, a system trusting the ball handler to decide in real time. If defenses blitzed, she'd fire cross-court lasers at open shooters. If they sagged off, logo range bombs. Result, 3,951 career points. Number 1 draft pick. In Indiana, White took a Lamborghini and forced it onto a dirt road.
With Stephanie White under fire by Fever fans, she blasted her team after the squad's loss to the Golden State Valkyries, which was a rough watch. No question about it, says there is correct. But she's going to get criticism because of the mixing of the lineups and the way Caitlyn Clark was utilized, or the idea of playing Caitlyn Clark off the ball, which has been an on and off topic all season long.
Watch the Valkyries' loss. Q3, 5:32 left. Clark catches fire. 9 points in 90 seconds. White immediately subs her out. Q4 crunch time. Instead of Clark pick and rolls unstoppable, White calls fist down. A clunky post-up for Aaliyah Boston, who shoots 42% under pressure. Airball, off-ball gravity. Clark stands corner, while reserves dribble into traps. Her usage? Plumber level. Sophie Cunningham's rage isn't opinion. It's forensic. She took Caitlyn's superpower, creation, and deleted it. Talent incarceration, the Reese contrast, Chicago's blueprint. While Clark languishes, Angel Reese explodes under Chicago's empowerment model. Unshackled, coaches let Reese freelance. Miss layup, next play she'll Euro step through 3 defenders. Turnover, she'll strip the ball back instantly. System fit, Chicago doesn't force Reese into boxes. They build around her chaos. Crash boards guards, leak out sprinters. Result, 12 double-doubles. Trust, down 4 with 10 seconds left. Reese demands a ball. Coaches nod. Indiana, Clark begs for the rock in clutch moments and gets ignored. Teammates look away, as if instructed. Sophie Cunningham, truce bodyguard. The whistleblower's credibility. Why does Sophie's give her the damn ball rant resonate? Because she's battle-tested, 7-year WNBA vet, survived locker room wars, coach firings, team implosions, data-driven. Her critique isn't emotional, it's mathematical. Clark on ball, fever offensive rating, 112. Off ball, 89. Free fall. Fearless. Most players whisper truths in anonymous podcasts. Sophie drops napalm at the post-game podium. When she says White neuter Clark metaphorically, it's not hyperbole, it's autopsy. Confused yoga poses. White's broken X's and O's. Tactical breakdown. White's offense isn't just outdated, it's self-sabotage. Key failures. Flex cuts. Slow, scripted backdoor plays. Defenses read it like picture books. Stagnant post UPS. Boston gets doubled instantly. No shooter space to punish. Clark as decoy, sending her on ghost screens to distract. Elite defenders laugh. They ignore her. Clog the paint. Modern basketball thrives on chaos creation. Curry, Doncic. White coaches like it's 1997. Set plays, rigid roles. Clark isn't struggling. She's strangled. The domino effect. Locker room Chernobyl. How misusing Clark torpedoes everything. White's Clark obsession corrodes the whole roster. Aaliyah Boston, forced into high-usage post-ups. Her true skill? Rim running, putbacks. Kelsey Mitchell, a born scorer reduced to spot-up duty. Rhythm? Non-existent. Chemistry. Players see Clark's treatment, bench after mistakes, ignore when open and fear their errors. Result? Passive, joyless basketball. Sophie's Islands analogy isn't poetic. It's diagnostic. No trust. No cohesion. Just 5 players praying the ball doesn't find them. The final insult. Indiana's financial suicide. Business costs. Fever ownership ignores the real disaster. Ticket sales. 92% sold because of Clark. If she leaves, empty seats. Bankruptcy whispers. Merch. Clark jerseys equals 68% of team store revenue. League stature. WNBA's growth is tied to Clark mania. Burying her? A $500 million mistake. White isn't just losing games. She's incinerating Indiana's future. The verdict. Stephanie White coaches like she's terrified of Caitlyn Clark's shadow. Every benching, every off-ball set, every ignored plea screams one truth. She'd rather control greatness than unleash it. Sophie Cunningham didn't attack her. She exposed a basketball crime in progress. And until Clark is freed, Indiana's obituary is already written. Here lies a dynasty killed by its own keeper. Fan revolt. Fire White. Chance and Merch Rebellion. The moment the final buzzer sounded on Indiana's 19-point collapse to Golden State, something snapped. Fever fans, many wearing Clark's number 22 jersey, rose in unison, not in applause, but in revolt. Fire White thundered through Gamebridge Fieldhouse, a primal scream against coaching malpractice. By midnight, the arena's online store was flooded with custom Free Caitlyn tees. One viral design featured Clark in prison stripes, breaking chains labeled White System. The symbolism? Unmistakable. A generational talent jailed by her own coach. Why this matters. Economic fury. Season ticket holders demand refunds. Sponsors panic as hashtag boycott fever trends. Psychological betrayal. Fans invested in Clark's savior narrative. White System feels like bait and switch fraud. 2. Media meltdown. Experts dissect the drag-down disease. ESPN's post-game panel eviscerated White's coaching like a forensic audit, phrases that dominated analysis, tactical self-harm, coaching cowardice, a masterclass in wasting greatness, the drag-down blueprint exposed. Step 1, identify a superstar's superpower, Clark's creation. Step 2, force them into system roles, corner decoy, off-ball spacer. Step 3, when stats plummet, blame adjustment periods or team chemistry. Contrast, Chicago's empowerment of Angel Reese. Coach action Reese, Chicago, Clark, Indiana. Clutch usage ball and hands benched. Mistake response, encourage aggression, punish with bench. System design built around her, built despite her. 3, the New York Whispers, inside Clark's escape plan. League insiders confirm Clark's camp is exploring exit strategies. New York isn't just a rumor, it's a logical haven. Why? The Liberty Lifeline. Sandy Brondello, a coach who unleashed Brianna Stewart's MVP potential. System synergy. Clark plus Sabrina Ionescu equals pick your poison backcourt. Market muscle. NYC spotlight dwarfs Indiana's reach. Fever's nightmare scenario. Clark requests a trade, fan base revolts, sponsors flee, franchise valuation crashes 40%. 4. Sophie's war cry, anatomy of a mic drop. Sophie Cunningham's sink the ship quote wasn't spontaneous. It was a tactical nuke, breaking down her genius. Stephanie White won't change. Destroys trust the process. Excuses. She'll blame the ocean. Predict scapegoating players. Grenade pin metaphor warns of imminent explosion. Why it terrifies the WNBA. Sophie weaponized truth against coaching sacred cows. Now every player watching thinks, could I say that? 5. Coaching pathology. White's puzzle smasher mentality. White doesn't fit puzzle pieces. She grinds them to dust. 3. Pathological traits. Control addiction. Her plays demand robotic execution. Clark's improvisation equals heresy. Legacy paranoia. Fear that Clark's stardom overshadows her coaching genius. Failure displacement. Losses are blamed on player focus, never system design. Real-time example, Valkyries game. Q4, 2:17 left, Fever down 4. Clark waves for ball. White calls timeout. Draws up play for Boston turnover. White's post-game. We didn't execute. 6. Player mutiny. The island effect goes viral. Sophie's players on islands remark exposed locker room fractures. Kelsey Mitchell. Body language shows visible frustration when Clark sits. Aaliyah Boston. Forced into unnatural post-up volume. Efficiency plummets. Reserves. Confused by shifting rotations. Defensive breakdowns. The silent suffering. Players text ex-teammates. This isn't basketball. It's therapy with sneakers. 7. Financial fallout. $500 million on the brink. Clark isn't just a player. She's Indiana's economic lifeline. Metric with Clark unleashed with Clark caged. Ticket revenue plus 92% sellouts. Projected minus 60%. Jersey sales number 1 in WNBA plummeting. Sponsor interest Nike. Gatorade bidding deals frozen. Stakes. If Clark leaves, Fever risk relegation to small market relevance. 8. The final question. What if, the haunting hypothetical, what if Clark played for a coach who feared her greatness? Parallel universe, Indiana. Offense, Clark-centric read and react. 25 PPG, 10 APG. Record, 14-5, not 5-14. Culture, joyful, free-flowing, must-watch TV. This is your moment. Comment free Caitlyn if you're done with excuses. And subscribe right now. We're exposing every twist in this WNBA war. Don't miss the next explosion.